Welcome once again. You're most welcome, promotion aptitude test candidate. Um, tonight be Tonight will be another fantastic moment to share with you something that you need to go and write your promotion aptitude test. And it's a pleasure to welcome all of you back to today's tutorials. You're most welcome. Yesterday we didn't come live, but today we are here to um, to do something or to share something with you if you want to pass the promotion exams. If you're here, don't forget to double tap on the screen and like the video, or like the video, or give this video a thumbs up. Let me hear from you. If you can hear from me, let me hear from you. Write yes or write thank you if you can hear from me from your end, and where you're watching me from, you can indicate it in the comment section now. And today I'd like to share something that is very important to our promotion. Set a poll. Yes, set a poll. Then grace, I can also um, get your message. You're most welcome. All of you, you're most welcome. Then those who keep the support coming, Christiana from Wa, okay, you're most welcome. My white people, my northern brothers and sisters, you're most welcome. Then we still need your support to bring you everything that you need to know in the promotion aptitude test. Try as much as possible to support. Your support is much important for us to bring you the live tutorials. So today we would like to dive into some critical areas about contemporary issues about education, and it's most important that we look at these areas, not questions all the time, but you need to also know some aspect of areas that you need to write on for your promotion aptitude test. And it's very important. Then those who have not supported, you can also support it to this line 024168938 as the support line. Keep your support coming, it's very important. So let's dive into today's tutorials. Today we are going to look at about 17 goals of the sustainable development goal that was established in 2015 September by the General Council of the UN. In this area, whether you like it or not, you are going to face questions, or you're going to get questions from this area. So it is very important you sit and jot something down. Pick your pen and paper and write something down to know what is coming in the promotion aptitude test. So in September 2015, the UN General Secretary reviewed the Millennium Development Goal that was set up in the year 2000 or 99. Then it's set up to review some of the things and look at things that will help countries develop, especially the less endowed countries, or the less developed countries. And during the general meeting of the UN, 17 goals were established. And these 17 goals are very important that you need to know before you go and write your promotion exam, especially the first 5 sustainable development goals. You must know them. They are very important for your promotion aptitude test. It is also part of the contemporary issues on that borders on education, especially goal 4, Goal 4. We're going to look into details today about the goal 4. So stay tuned till the end of this video. It is more important, especially the goal 4. That is why I've decided that I'll come out with this tutorial for you, so that you prepare well and go and write your promotion exams. The goal 4 is most important. The goal 4 have um, key moments in the tutorials. Jot them down before you go and write your promotion exams. Very important, and questions come from this area, especially the goal 4. Now let's set the ball rolling. See the 17 goals of the Sustainable Development Goals that was passed or established by the General Secretary meeting of the UN. And the reason for this Sustainable Development Goals was that to build a principle of leaving no one behind. That was the main aim, leaving no one behind of the development in the world. So in all aspect of the development in life, the main aim of this one was to leave no one behind for development. That was why these 17 development goals were set up for every country to use. So have it in mind. And the the SDGs explicitly include disability and person with disability. So it was to leave no one behind for this development in the world. And especially goal 4 is the key of every development of these 17 goals, and that is why it is most appropriate to look at it. So let's set the ball rolling. The 17 goals, goal number 1 is that no poverty anymore, no poverty, or ways to reduce poverty. And in ways to reduce poverty, it means that something needs to be done to end poverty in the sustainable goals that were established. And sustainable development goal 1, that is no poverty, that is end poverty in all form everywhere. So all form of poverty should be ended everywhere in the world. There shouldn't be poverty. So by the year 2030, the agenda set is that there shouldn't be poverty anywhere. That is the goal 1, end poverty, or no poverty, or reduce or end poverty at all. So what you need to do is that you need to end poverty in all forms, where everybody is a middle income or able to provide food for his or her family and get something to develop themselves in their families. Is very important. Then number 2 of the goal is that zero hunger. Number 2 is zero hunger. Zero hunger. There shouldn't be hunger in any of the countries. There shouldn't be hunger by 2030. By 2030, there shouldn't be any hunger in any country or any place where human being is living. And it says that end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. So agriculture need to be promoted in every country. If there is food insecurity in that country, it means that there will be challenges in that country. So zero hunger simply means that improving nutrition, ending hunger, and having food security at all the time. There should be food available all the time. So the main priority of every country is to invest in agriculture. When you invest in agriculture, it helps the nation to survive, and secured on food security. So have it in mind. Then goal 2 is about good health and well-being. Goal 2 is about good health and well-being. Good health. Goal 3 is about the good health and well-being. Everybody need to be strong in a country where its citizens are healthy. Productivity increases. Development in that country also goes on in a very high way. So everybody need to be healthy, and the well-being of the citizen is most important. So that is goal 3. The third goal is that ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. So right from the one that is still in the womb of the woman should be healthy, the woman should be healthy, everybody should be healthy. So when there's a healthy being, healthy citizens, productivity increases in that country and development also go on. Their GDP is also increased. Their economic activities increase when you have healthy citizens. So every country's priority is that her citizens should be healthy. So goal 4 is about good health and well-being of the citizens in the country. Then the most important um, goal, that is the goal number 4, that talks about education. Goal number 4 that talks about education, where we are going to be dwelling much on it or be looking at details of this goal. Stay tuned till the end of this tutorial. So goal 4 is education for all. Education for all. So we started this education for all um through the Johnson meeting. Then we came to the Millennium Development Goals and the rest. They are all talking about education for all. Everybody is having the right to be part of education or to have quality and formal education. So it is much important that you provide your citizens education, you let them enlighten. Any country that is having a strong education or its citizens having well qualified personnel to handle education in the country, that country is very strong. That is why we have UK or the Britain, we have US, we have Germany, we have France, especially the top 6 countries. They are always ahead of any country because of their citizens having quality formal education. They are enlightened. When it comes to voting, you see that they always change their mind when things are not going on well. But in our country, Ghana, because illiteracy is still high, sometimes when one is supporting a party or supporting any group, and the group is still misbehaving, the person, because we are not much enlightened, we still follow the same suit, and it's one of the worst things that are not keeping our country to develop. So if you belong to a particular party or a particular group and the leaders are misbehaving, you need to be able to change your mind because you are enlightened. Don't let the leaders always confuse you or put something in your head that is not good. So sustainable development goal 4 is quality education for all. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. So it is very important that you know this goal. We are going to be dealing with this goal extensively. So stay tuned till we end this tutorials, and you are going to learn something very important. Then goal 5. Goal 5 is about gender equality. Gender equality. So the first 5 goals, make sure that you have jotted something down before you go and write your promotion. The first one is no poverty or zero poverty. Then the second one is zero hunger. The third one is good health and well-being. The fourth one is quality education for all. The fifth one is gender in gender equality. Gender equality, meaning that there is inequality of gender issues in the system or in every country. There is a problem with gender equality. So achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. Women empowerment, girls empowerment is dealing with gender equality. Don't forget to give a thumbs up for this video. So goal number 5 is gender equality. This question may be asked when the promotion aptitude test comes on. So make sure you prepare very well. Write something down before you go and write. Then the sixth goal is clean water and sanitation. Every citizen, for a well-being or good health of citizens in the country, it means that their sanitation and water that they take in is of good quality. If there is no good quality and bad sanitation in your area or around your area, there is no way you are going to achieve um, good health and well-being of the citizen. So it is much important that we look at our area very well, clean our areas, then get clean water. We use clean water all the time. That is why I always pity myself that we are having this galamsey that continues to destroy our environment and continue to add bad chemicals to our water bodies, and we are becoming sick and sick and sick, and we are dying like fowls. So it is very important that we keep our water clean and keep our surrounding too clean. Sanitation is very important. Cleanliness is next to godliness, so have it in mind. So ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. So clean water and clean sanitation is very important. So we need to know this before we go and write our promotion exam. Now let's look at goal number 7. Goal number 7 says affordable and clean energy. Affordable and clean energy. So the energy that we use should be clean. We shouldn't release any fuels into the atmosphere to spoil the oxygen that we breathe in. We shouldn't cut down trees, and we need to grow a lot of trees. So ensure access to affordable, reliable, and sustainable and modern energy for all. So the energy that we use in our various houses, charcoal is an energy, right? The fuel that we use is an energy. It's very important that the energy that we use in our various homes should be affordable, very cheap, reliable, that it should continue to be there for us to use, and sustainable. It should be able to use for a very long time, and modern energy for all. Modern energy, so we can use renewable energy, especially when we are tapping from the solar. That is a renewable energy. We cannot continue to use this Akosombo dam that cannot provide us a reliable energy. So we need to know that. Then goal number 8 is decent work and economic growth. Decent work and economic growth. Decent work and economic growth. Every citizen at a certain age, at age 18 upwards, should be able to get a decent work, and economic growth, should be able to grow economically. Need to get something set. There should be avenues for people to set up their businesses and grow their businesses. So goal number 4, number 8 state that promote sustainable, inclusive, and promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth for for full and productive employment and a decent work for all. So all um should be get involved, able to grow economically. There should be a sound environment for everybody to explore his economic rights in the country. So have it in mind. Goal number 9 says that innovation and infrastructure. Innovation and infrastructure. And innovation and infrastructure, we should be able to create something new in our country. We should be able to develop a lot of structures that will help the country to grow. So, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovations in the country. So there should be a lot of infrastructure, economic infrastructure, social infrastructure in the country to help the citizens to get decent jobs. If there are more industries, people will get jobs. So industries, innovation, and infrastructure. So we should build this in our various countries to help us develop as a citizen. Then goal number 10 is reduce inequality. Reduce inequality. That is goal number 10. Reduce inequality. So reduce inequality within and among the countries. So there shouldn't be so much dependent on any other countries, but we should able to produce our own to help our country to grow. So there shouldn't be inequalities among countries. Then goal number 11, sustainable cities and communities. We should be able to sustain our cities. Cities shouldn't be wiped off or shouldn't be collapsed. And things that can help or that can lead to the collapse of cities, especially wars and others, they can cause our cities to collapse. So goal number 4, make cities and human settlement inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. So we should be able to sustain our cities. Then goal number 12 is responsible consumption and production. Responsible consumption and production is very important. So goal number 12 states that ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern. So whatever we consume in the country, we should be able to sustain it. If it is energy that we are consuming, we should be able to sustain it. If it is food that we are consuming, anything that is consumable, we should be able to sustain it. And anything that is in production line, we should be able to sustain this. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It's very important. Like this video. We have about 30 something people. Like this video is very important. Like the video. It's very important. So goal number 12, responsible consumption and production. Goal number 13. What is goal number 13? Goal number 13 is climate action. Climate action. Goal number 17 is climate action. We should make it a point to reduce global warming, and it's much of importance that is stated. So take urgent actions to combat climate change and its impact. So this galamsey thing that we are doing, and charcoal burning and bush burning, these are things that can create about global warming. Then our industries that we set up, we should set them up in the modern way so that the fumes wouldn't go out and cause heat for us, and our water bodies need to be conserved very well to help us grow as a country. That is goal number 7. Goal number 13. Goal number 14 is life below water. Life below water. That is goal number 14. Life below water. It is very important. We need to look at lives in the water, the fishes, and any other animals in the water. We need to try as much as possible to prevent them or to preserve them from diminishing in the system. It is very important. So number 4, conserved and sustainable use the ocean, the sea, marine, rivers, streams, and the rest, so that things or living things that are within them, we can able to sustain them and keep them alive and use them all the time. Goal number 15 is life on the land. Life on the land. Goal number 15 is life on the land. There are a lot of things we can talk about: the trees, the animals, whatever, the living organism on the land. We need to protect these living organisms, so it is very important. So protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of the terrestrial ecosystem. Then sustainable, um, manage the forest, combat desertification, and have forests. Then combat desertification and have forests reserved. Then land degradation and have um, biodiversity loss. We should try as much as possible to protect lives on the land, especially the trees, then the other animals and human beings as well. Then the loss of our forests, we should try as much as possible to grow trees to keep the tree functioning very well, or grow them so that we can use them. So it is very important. So protect, restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem. Then we need to combat desertification. If the desert is approaching us, we should find ways and means to prevent it by planting trees. They are very important that we need to do this. If you are still with me, let me see you saying yes, or let me see you writing thank you in the comment section if you are still with me. So goal number 15 is about life on the land. Life on the land. Goal number 16 is peace, justice, and strong institution. Peace, justice, and strong institution. That is number goal number 16. Goal number 16. Give this video a thumbs up. Like this video. Like this video. It's very important. So goal number 16 is peace, justice, and strong institution. Peace, justice, and strong institution. So there should be peace in every country in which we live. There should be peace. There shouldn't be war. There shouldn't be citizen unrest in the country. There should be peace. There should be justice. If somebody wrongs you and you send a person to court, you should be able to get a fair justice in our justice system, whether it is a traditional setup or the court system or tribunal system. We should get a fair hearing in our court system. So it's very important. Then strong institutions. The institutions that we have set up, they should be able to withstand any political interference. So it's very important. So number 16 says that promote peaceful and inclusive society for sustainable development. Then provide access to justice for all. Build effective, accountable, and inclusive institution at all levels. So at all levels, being it the our community setups where we have the chiefs that sometimes hear or cases, or sometimes deal with cases, our registrars, our tribunals, our court system, our high court, supreme court, appeal court, and the rest. We should have a fair hearing from any from any institutions that will approach them to solve dispute between us with our neighbors. So there should be a fair hearing. Then goal number 17, the last goal before we jump into the most important one. The last goal is partnership to achieve the goal. There should be partnership. There should be a collaboration. There should be a comprehensive collaboration between nations and between organizations and the rest. There should be a partnership. So strengthen the mean of implementation and revitalizing the global partnership for sustainable development. So countries should be able to. That's why we have this bilateral and mutual agreement with other countries. You see your president moving to another country to have a bilateral relationship with um, those countries, or to have a mutual relationship with those countries. So it's very, very important. It is very, very important we have partnership. In education, there are other foreign companies that are partnering with the Ministry of Education, GS, to implement educational policies. So there should be partnership in the country or with any other countries, or any other companies, foreign and locals, to help our country to move forward. So these are the 17 goals of the sustainable development goal. Goal number 1 that we have talked about it, no poverty. Goal number 2 is um zero hunger. Goal number 3 is the good health and well-being. Goal number 4, the most important one, that is quality education for all. Quality education for all. That is what we are going to look at. So this quality education for all, sustainable goal number 4, sustainable goal number 4, that is quality education for all. Quality education for all. It has about seven target, that you need to know. It has 7 target that you need to know. Don't forget to give a thumbs up of this video, then subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It is very important. So we are going to look at the 7 target of this sustainable development goal 4, that is quality education for all. And this sustainable development goal 4 state that ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Lifelong learning. The learning should be continuous. Everybody should have the opportunity to learn. So for quality education to happen, it should be inclusive and equitable. It should be inclusive, and everybody should have an access. It should also be lifelong learning. You should be able to learn all the time. Learning is a continuous process. So you learn all the time. What you're doing, you're learning. So we are going to be looking at this sustainable development goal 4. It is very important. Somebody say, please, in all 17 goals. Oh, let me get your message back once again. It just vanished. So it says that where is it? Send me the message. The one who was asking a question, send me the message again, or rephrase your lesson again. It's just escaped me. I would have read it and get your information. So if you have any issues about the goals, the sustainable goals that I have dealt with, you can voice it out, or you can ask question on it. But we are going to look at goal 4, the most important goal. Goal 4, the most important goal to our sector. our sector, that is the education sector. That is what we are going to look at. That is, it has about 7 goals, 7 target rather, no goals, 7 target that are set under this sustainable development goal 4. 7 targets, and we are going to look at them. So 7 targets are expected to set and expected outcomes, and 3 main ways of achieving this target. Please, 17 goals, how many target? So we are going to look at goal 4. It has 7 target. The goal 4, that is what we are going to look at. It has 7 targets. The goal 4 has 7 targets and 3 ways of achieving it. That is what we are going to look now. So give a like to this tutorials, like this video, it's very important. That now let's look at these targets that is set under the goal 4. These 7 targets that are set under the goal 4 that you need to know before you go and write your promotion exams. Target number 1, that is universal primary and secondary education. Universal primary and secondary education. So by 2030, that is where the agenda is to be achieved, this sustainable development to be achieved. So there are targets that are being set to achieve the aspect of the education, that is the goal 4. So the first target is universal primary education. So by 2030, that all girls and boys are to complete free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education, leading to a relevant and effective learning outcome. So by 2030, the goal of this sustainable development, the target of this sustainable development goal 4 is that boys and girls should have free primary education, free secondary education, and the education that they will be having should be completed freely, equitable, quality. Then these should have this education should be relevant and leading to a results oriented one. So the results that will come out should be relevant in the education. So the first target under the goal 4 is that free universal primary education and secondary education. So Ghana has started enjoying that, or going through this policy right from KG up to the secondary school level. The education there is free. It is free. That is why the sustainable development goal 4 target number 1 state that by 2030, all girls and boys are to complete free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education that is leading to relevant and effective learning outcome. So have it in mind. So the first target of the sustainable development goal 4 is that free education, or free basic education, or free primary education and secondary education for boys and girls. That is number 1. Note it down. Number 2 is by 2030, we should have some early childhood development and universal pre-tertiary education. So target number 1 is that early childhood development and universal pre-primary education. So by 2030, what we need, or what Ghana needs to do, is that we should have, in every school aspect, there should be an early childhood development and universal pre-primary education. So that is why our KGs are very, very important. Our crutches are very, very important in the education setup. It is very important in the education setup. So for every primary to get the numbers or to continue, there should be this KG. And when you go to the private schools, they have added the crutch. So they have the crutch, they have the KG that feeds, what do you call it, the lower primary and the upper primary, till they get to GSS and go to the free senior high school level. So it is very, very important that early childhood development is very, very important. It is the key part of educational development in Ghana. But most of the time, we see those who are teaching at the primary level, those who are teaching at the KGs, or those who are teaching at the crèches, they are they have nothing in their head, and that is unpalatable. When you go to other advanced countries, the professors are teaching at the lower level. They are handling the lower level. But if someone is teaching at the university level, he sees someone at the secondary school level to have nothing in the head. Someone who is also teaching at, what we call it, the senior high school level, sees someone at the junior high school as having nothing, and it goes on till you get to the lower level. That is what the JHS also see the primary as. They know nothing. But when you go to other countries, the professors are teaching at the lower levels. They are having much experience, the knowledge to feed or to guide these young ones. But in our educational system, we can just take anybody and just put it at the lower level or put it at the KG, and they don't know. That is why this early childhood education is very, very important. That will help bring out the best from the learners or guide the learners. So by 2030, ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development cares and pre-primary education, so that they are ready for primary education. So those who are at the KGs and the crèches, please, the education officers should have a key interest in looking at. I know we have a lot of officers who are here who are also listening to me. So you should make it a point that if we get this right at the KG, the top will always have a good foundation. If you have a good foundation at the KG, if you have the good foundation at the crèche, definitely we are going to get a good product. We shouldn't neglect the pre-primary level or our KGs. It is very important that we look at them. So that is target number two. That is early childhood development and universal pre-primary education is very important. Then target number three is equal access to technical or vocational and high school education. There should be fairness in access in the technical or vocational and high school education. And most of the governments recently, they are trying all possible means to make our secondary schools or technical and vocational schools very relevant in the nation. So we need to invest more. We need more investment at the technical or the vocational training institutions and our high schools. So by 2030, ensure that access for women, for all women and men to an affordable and quality technical, vocational, and tertiary education, including the universities. So by 2030, by 2030, um, there should be access for women, for all women and men to get this opportunity in the technical, vocational, and the universities. So it's very important. It is very important. Let's have it. So that is target number 3. Target number 4 is relevant skills for decent work. By 2030, there should be relevant skills set by all citizens to be able to get jobs in the country. So um, target number 7 is relevant skills for decent work. So by 2030, sustainable substantially increase the number of youth and adults who have relevant skills, including technical and vocational skills for employment, decent job, and entrepreneurship. So by 2030, every citizen or most of the citizens, or most of the youths, or most of the adults should have relevant skills, technical skills, vocational skills that will help them get a decent job or employment in our country. So it is very important by 2030. That is goal, sorry, target number 4. Target number 4. I always say go. Target number 5. The number 5 target of the Sustainable Development Goal 4 is that gender equality and inclusion. Gender equality, it is very important. That is goal number 5 of the 17 goals, and it is included in this goal number 4 target, gender gender equality and inclusion. So by 2030, eliminate gender disparity in education and ensure equal access to all level of education and vocational training for vulnerable, including persons with disability, um, indigenous people, and children in the vulnerable communities or societies. So by 2030, there should be gender equality and inclusion, especially the disadvantaged or the disability people. They should have equal opportunities to go to school or to be part of educational system and get a decent job. Then number 6 target number 6 target is universal youth and adult literacy. Universal youth and adult literacy. By 2030, all the citizens, the youth and the adult, should be literate. So that is why this free senior high school, we shouldn't play politics with it, or our educational system, we shouldn't play politics with it. If every citizen is literate, we're able to make right decisions and advanced decisions that will help the nation to develop. So it is very important that we look at this. So number 6 says universal youth and adult literacy. Most of the youth, about 90% or 80 to 90%, should be literate, and adults should also be literate. So by 2030, ensure that all learners acquire knowledge and skills needed to promote. By 2030, ensure that all youths and substantial proportion of adults, both men and women, achieve literacy and numeracy. So this target is very important. So we need to jot something down before we go and write the promotion exams. Right after the tutorial, you can still go over, and where you have missed something, you write it down. Then let's look at Goal, I say goal. Target number 7 of the Sustainable Development Goal 4. Target number 7. Target number 7 is education for sustainable development and global citizenship. Education for sustainable development in global citizenship. So by 2030, what do we need to do about this? By 2030, ensure that all learners acquire knowledge and skills needed to promote a sustainable development, including and among others through um, education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyle, human rights, gender equality, then promotion of culture of peace, non-violent global education, and appreciation of the cultural diversity and cultural um, contribution to the sustainable development. So by 2030, the education for sustainable development and global citizenship, learners should acquire knowledge and skills that will promote sustainable development. Then sustainable development and lifestyle. Our lifestyle should improve by 2030. By 2030, our lifestyle should improve. So have it in mind. Then we should have human rights. There should be human rights systems in our country that will allow um, preventing um, violence in our country. It is very important. So we need to learn this to help us develop as a country. Then there should be gender equality. There shouldn't be any unfair treatment of both men and women. So there should be gender equality in in our system or in our country. There should be fairness among all. Anybody who wants to take any economic development, or anyone who wants to venture into education, there should be fairness in every aspect of our um our life in education. There should be non-violence. There shouldn't be violence in the country, like our other parts of the country where there are violence all over going. By 2030, we need to stop this. And if we need to stop this, it's education that will enlighten us. It is education that will um, reset our mind, or that will reset our mentality or attitude towards one another, so that they wouldn't be violent everywhere. Then there should be global education, global citizenship. Then appreciation of cultural diversity, that we should appreciate each and everyone's culture, whether foreign or local. Whether you are Santi, whether you are Dagaba, whether you are Fante, whether you are Gan, whether you are Ewe, we should appreciate our culture and diverse culture. We should appreciate it. What others are exhibiting as their culture, we should appreciate it so that others also appreciate our own. Then the culture's contribution to the sustainable development goal, it is very important. How do we achieve it? We have three ways that we can achieve these 7 target of the sustainable development goal 4. There are 3 ways that we can achieve this. One is effective learning environment. Effective learning environment. So our various schools, our various training institutions, our various universities, there should be effective environment, conducive environment, friendly environment, disability free environment, or disability friendly environment. So effective learning environment: build and upgrade educational facilities that are child, disability, and gender sensitive, and provide a safe, non-violent, and inclusive and effective learning environment for all. So the educational structures that we put up, it should be child friendly, it should be disability friendly, it should be gender sensitive, and it should be safe, and it should be non-violent, inclusive, and effective learning environment. That is how we can be able to achieve the 7 target of the Sustainable Development Goal 4 that we have mentioned earlier. Number 2 is scholarship. There should be enough scholarships for learners to be able to learn up to the level that they want. So by 2030, substantially expand globally the number of scholarships available to developing countries, in particular least developed countries, small islands and developing states and African countries for what they will help Ghana to develop, or any other African countries to develop, to enroll in high education, including vocational training and information and communication technology, technical engineering, and scientific programs in developed countries and other developing countries. So if we have this, and we give a lot of scholarships to our students to pursue programs in the high level or the universities, it will help us achieve this sustainable goal 4 and the target that we have mentioned. Then the last aspect, or the last way that would embrace all this target to be achieved, is about who teaches that learner. Is the teacher. So the teacher is not left out. The teacher is very pivotal in achieving this sustainable development goal 4 targets. The teacher is very pivotal. So what need to be done? Teachers and educators needs some level of training. So by 2030, substantially increase the supply of qualified teachers. So it is very important that the teachers develop the teachers, train qualified teachers, collaborate with international bodies that will help us finance or resource our training institutions to train a well qualified teachers to help us develop the country. This is very important ways of achieving the target of the Sustainable Development Goal 4. This is what we have this evening for you, to your um, your pocket, or you need to write them down before you go and write your promotion exam. Learn them well. Take your time and go through them. It is very important for your promotion aptitude test. If you go and they drop, because what we have gone through, you're able to have something to write. But before I end this tutorials, now let me look at the four components of our educational system. Four components of our educational system. One is the stakeholders. One is the stakeholders, or the people that are involved in education. A component of our educational system. One, the stakeholders, or the people that help in mining our educational system. So you can mention, let's see, those who are around now. Let's see the stakeholders. Let's write the stakeholders in educational system. I'm giving you about 3 minutes. Let's write some of the stakeholders of our educational system. Let's write. Let's engage ourselves about our educational system. The stakeholders. Write something. Write something in the comment section. The stakeholders of our educational system. Can I get? Can somebody write something? Write one stakeholder in education. Yes. Some is saying comfort. What is comfort? Write one. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. We have done about someone is saying the community. Okay, good. That is Margaret Lawe. Okay. Stakeholders. Stakeholders in education. Stakeholders. Hey, how are we going? Someone is saying the learners. That is great. The learners. Only Margaret is writing. We're about 25 people. Nobody is writing anything. So we have are the stakeholders of our education. Stakeholders. Someone is writing SMC, PTA, students, teachers. Good. That is great. Super great. Let's write something. Somebody is writing SMC. Okay. Yes, there are a lot of stakeholders in education. Someone writes GS. That is Margaret. Margaret, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Margaret, you have done well. Yes. More, more. We have forgotten our community leaders. We have forgotten our community leaders. They are also parts. Our um religious leaders, they are all parts. GSS quoted officers, CISOs, they are all stakeholders of our education. So that is great. Then number two, somebody's right. Somebody wrote the parents. Yes, the parents are also stakeholders of education. That is Salome. Salome, you have done well. God bless you. Yes, someone is Salome says the community. When you say the community, you have generalized everything. So we need to figure them out one by one. So everybody that matters in the education is a stakeholder. Anybody that matters in the education is a stakeholder, right? Anybody that matters in the country of the education, in this country for the education, is a stakeholder. So have it in mind. Somebody is well noted. Okay, now let's look at the second component. The second component is the physical infrastructure. The second component is the physical infrastructure. That is the building. The building and any other facilities within our educational system is the physical infrastructure. The chairs are part, the cupboards, anything that you can touch and it can help education is the physical infrastructure. So the building is somebody can talk about the learning materials. These are things that are within the physical infrastructure. That is component number two. Component number three is the content of education. The content of education. The content of education is a component of our educational system. So the first one, the stakeholder, second one, the physical infrastructure, the third one is the content of the education. What will be the fourth component? What is the fourth component of somebody saying NGOs? Yes, the NGOs are also part. That is Amadou, right? The NGOs are also part. The NGOs. So anybody that matters in our education is a stakeholder. What will be the last component of our educational system? Someone is saying human resource or human resource. They are all part. They are all part. They all matter in our educational system. Now let's look at the last component of our educational system. Can somebody get it right? Someone is saying GS. Margaret. GS is part of the first one, the first component. That is the GS personnel are there. So GS is also a stakeholder of education. So we are looking at the last component. Let's see the last component. The last component of our educational system. The last component. Please give this video a thumbs up. Like this video. It's very important. If you haven't subscribed, check on the subscribe button, subscribe Then put the notification bell on. Put the notification bell on. Someone is saying instructions. Someone is saying the learner. The learner is part of. The learner is part of what we call the stakeholders. Then please, are NGOs part of the whole stakeholders? Yes, the NGOs are also part. The NGOs are also part. They are also part of the stakeholders. The stakeholders. So persons and companies or groups. So if somebody writes students, somebody write um is it formal student association, PTA is part, GS is part, SMC is part, right? Yes, the last component of our educational system, the process. What process? Esther, Esther Honu, you have done well. You have done well. Yes, the last component. The last component. So the first one is the stakeholders. The second one is the physical infrastructure. The third one is the content of someone is saying the curriculum. Curriculum is curriculum contains the content. Curriculum contains the content. Curriculum contains the content. This question is now troubling some people. What is the last component of education? Somebody is saying the structure of education. Yeah, who is that? Andani Alidu. Alidu is right. The last component of education is the structure of education. The structure of education. The structure of education. Alidu, give thumbs up. Let's give Alidu a thumbs up. Let's give Alidu a thumbs up. Let's give Alidu a thumbs up. Alidu has done well. Great. So the last component of our educational system is the structure of the education. What are the structure? What are the structures of education? Write one structure of education in our educational system. Write one structure. We have several structures, so please go over the component, please. Margaret, Margaret, let me go over again. Number one is the stakeholders, and the stakeholders, we have GES, we have the learners, we have the teachers, we have the SMC, we have the NGOs, we have the former students association, we have PTA and the rest. That is one. That is one component. One component is the stakeholders. One component is the stakeholders. The second one is the physical infrastructure. The physical infrastructure. That is the second one. The second one is the physical infrastructure, talking about the school building, the urinal, the toilet, the whatever that makes up the learners to be there. Good. Let's give Alidu the thumbs up. Let's give Alidu the thumbs up. He has done well. Let's give Alidu. Then I ask a question. Write one structure of our educational system. The structures of our educational system. Write one. Someone is saying primary, that is good. Someone is saying JHS, that is good. Let's move on. Primary, somebody wrote KG already. KG is also one of the structures. Let's keep on. Someone is saying senior high school, that is great. Let's move on. Let's continue to write. Something. So the structure of our educational system. So we have the KG, we have the primary, we have the primary, we have the KG, the lower primary, the upper primary, the junior high school, the senior high school. We have the TVET. The TVET is also as part of the structure. That is the senior high school and the TVET are one. Then university. Margaret, let's give Margaret a thumbs up. Let's Let's give Margaret has been so wonderful this evening. She has done so well. Everybody has done well. So let's always come and share ideas. So the structure of our educational system is the KG. In our educational system, we don't have the crèche. In our educational system, we don't have the crèche. Farouk is saying the tertiary. That is great. The tertiary combines with the polytechnics, um, the training colleges, and the universities. Right? Good. So in our educational system, we don't have a crèche. It is the private school that has, or the private schools that are having a crèche. But in our educational system, we don't have a crèche. That is why in our various um, basic education, we don't have crèche part of our system. Crèche is not part. So the polytechnic is part of the tertiary. The polytechnic is part of the tertiary. You have done absolutely wonderful this evening. I'm so much elated for your contribution. You have done super. You have done super. Like this video. If you are still here, like this video. It's very important. And um tonight we are bringing our tutorials to an end, and kudos to everyone who have contributed to this show or these tutorials. We are most welcome. I'm most grateful for your supports. Please, the financial aspect too is most important. Then I will trade bright colleges of education. They are all part of the tertiary. So we have the KG, we have um the lower primary, the upper primary, the JHS, the senior high school that comprises with the TVET schools, right? And the tertiary. The tertiary comprises with the training colleges, nursing training. They are all part of the education. Nursing training. They are all training systems. Then we have the polytechnics. Then we have the universities, right? Good. It is very important that the contribution that you have made. Let me thank everybody. But we need something to support giving these tutorials. So try and support us with this number 024168938 support us to bring you live all the time. So 024168938 The name on it is Agromekojo, but my brand name is the Sesame TV. That's my brand name. I'm most grateful, super grateful to everyone. You have done a marvelous job. We shall come back tomorrow or tomorrow next. If we are not able to come back tomorrow next, that is Monday, we'll meet you once again. I salute you all. God bless you. Have a good night, a nice weekend. Pray for us all the time. It is very important. God bless you. We shall meet another time. God bless you. At the right time, you will hear from. That is great. The tutorial is free. Please don't go to any place and pay money. If you look at other platforms, they are collecting about 100 Ghana cedis. That's the minimum. They are collecting about 150 Ghana cedis, 200 Ghana cedis to offer you this. You even go to this platform and they are offering nothing, but you have already paid the money. The reason why I'm doing this is that in the year 2019, when I wanted to write the promotion exams, 2019, way back 2017, 2018, when I was trying to prepare to write my promotion exams, I paid about 50 Ghana cedis way back 2017. And what they were offering to me, I said, wow, what is this? What is this chaff? What is this at all? And you have collected money. By then, 50 Ghana cedis now is about 200 Ghana cedis. And I paid that money and I got nothing from it. That is why I said that one day I will make a difference. One day I will make a difference and help others for free for what people have collected money from me and did nothing. That is the reason. But the other reasons, one day I'll come and tell you why I've been motivated to share with you this one to go and pass your promotion exams. I started last year, and this year I want to continue. Pray for us to be healthy, to be strong all the time, and come and share with you something very important. Most grateful. I salute. Have a good night. We shall meet another time. Bye bye.